my loves, and welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for tuning in. I cannot believe that in my last video I legit forgot to say happy new year. I am so sorry, guys. Happy new year to all of you, my beautiful, wonderful 209 subscribers. Happy 2024. You guys already know what the slogan is for this year. We know they agree for anybody, okay? Period. This year, we are fighting to achieve all our dreams, all our goals, all our visions, okay? So this year, we're pushing hard, we're fighting hard. We know they agree. And if this is your first time on this channel, you're so welcome. I love you so much already. Thank you for stopping by on this channel. My name is Joy, and I make videos on marriage, motherhood, faith, and lifestyle vlogs. So you're gonna subscribe, right? Are you gonna subscribe? Kindly click on the subscribe button to join this big, beautiful, happy family. And if you end up enjoying today's video, don't forget to click on the like button as well. So let's get on with today's video. The first unexpected thing that motherhood taught me was patience. Patience. Hey, this is not a patience, Jonathan's wife. Patience. Like I thought I was a patient person. Honestly, I thought I was a patient person until I jammed motherhood. I think my first test of patience was when my boy turned 6 months, and I was beginning to introduce solids to him, right? So the thing that came to my mind was, okay, he's now 6 months. I think he was around 5 months or so when I started introducing solids to him. Yeah, like 5 months. And I just thought, okay, what do I want to give him? Pap, right? Pap is the number one recommended food for babies. So I'll just make the pap and offer it to him, and he will just eat it, and we'll have a good time. Nobody told me that it was gonna be war. It was gonna be war trying to get a baby to start taking something new, something that they are not used to. Okay, so for several weeks I would try to offer him pap, and my boy was not having it. Like, he would cry, he would yell, he would bawl, and I'd be like, I thought 6 months was the age for them to start taking solids. Why is this one doing as if he wants to depend on breast milk for all the rest of his life? I was so frustrated. I was so angry. I was so depressed. And don't even get me started on making pap. You all know that pap is very proud. I have never seen a food as proud as pap. Like, I would try a lot of times to make it, to get it right. Sometimes to be watery. Sometimes, I don't know, as I do, seed go form. Sometimes I'll get it right. So when I try my possible best and I get it right, I'm like, boom, yeah, this boy's gonna eat this food, he's gonna love it. And I'll offer it to him, and I'll be like, yeah, do you know what it took me to make this pap? You know how many takes I had to try to get this one right? So it's frustrated me so much, and I had to, because of course it's not his fault. This is something that he's not used to. So I really had to work on myself. I really had to lean into that patience inside of me, to bring it up, because honestly, you cannot be frustrated. You cannot have a frustrated child and a frustrated mom. It's just going to be catastrophe, like boom, boom, boom. So I had to learn to be calm during the times where he seemed angry and sad and frustrated, so that I will be able to calm him down to avoid World War. Is it World War III? I'll be World War IV. So even now that he's a toddler, this is now, as in now my patience, my patience is really getting tested right now. Of course, he can now walk, and guys, he's not even walking. He's now on a run. He run. So before I say, leave here, he has gone here. Don't do this, yeah. Don't do that. So You just really have to be patient with these beautiful little humans because of course they just came into life. They're trying to figure out their way. They're trying to master their emotions. They have curiosities that they're trying to feed. It's just a lot. It's a lot. Okay, the second thing that motherhood taught me, the unexpected thing that I've learned from motherhood, is the fact that I can have the barest minimum amount of sleep at night and still be able to function in my place of work, in my duties. I'm a stay-at-home mom, of course. So what I mean is in my duties as a wife, as a homemaker, as a mother. See, guys, when you're pregnant, the number one thing that you will hear ringing in your head is sleep oh, because when baby comes, your sleep is gone. Sleep oh, sleep oh. So I didn't really understand what they meant by that. Omo, the day I gave birth, that night I did not sleep. Like, I don't even know what I was thinking. I just thought it was, yeah, baby will sleep. When baby wakes up, you breastfeed. Then baby will sleep back and you two will go and sleep. Then baby wakes up again and you breast. It's a lie. It's a lie. Just imagine having to wake up like 5, 6 times to breastfeed. Which amount of sleep are you going to be able to get like within those short periods of time? So the first night I gave birth, I think the first and the second night, I did not get any sleep at all. And I remember in the beginning, it was so frustrating. During the day, my eyes would be heavy. I'll be feeling like almost depressed. I was like, almost. I didn't know that this was how it was going to be. Like this, the lack of sleep was really, really something. And I would say that right now, I'm already kind of used to it because my baby is still breastfeeding. So most nights he wakes up to nurse. I have to nurse him at night. Of course, now the nursing is not for feeding sake, it's just for comfort sake, not necessarily because he's hungry. So I've kind of gotten used to it, and I think I appreciate it now because I can wake up by myself multiple times at night, and it gives me the opportunity to be able to check on my baby if he's sleeping fine, if he's cold, be able to cover him up properly. If he's sweating, I'll be able to like help him to get enough, air, enough breeze. So that's one thing that motherhood will teach you, that you can survive without sleeping, and you can wake up in the morning and do what you're supposed to do, and no one knows that you barely had enough sleep at night. So this point here, it has to be my favorite point of all, and it's the fact that motherhood has taught me unconditional love. Guys, you think you know unconditional love. You don't until you have a child, until you birth a baby. Like, I used to think that I loved my husband unconditionally, but thinking of it now, I don't think that's quite true, because for me to have even agreed to marry him, there had to be some conditions that he must have met, right? He must have been maybe caring enough, loving enough. Maybe he would have given me security, emotional security, financial security. Maybe he would have, done one or two to please me, to make me to know that, okay, yes, he's the one I'm supposed to spend the rest of my life with. So I think there were conditions, right, attached to the love. He had to get it right to win me. But you see, with your child, it's completely different. Like, it's even the fact that these human beings, they stress you. They stress you. They make you sweat. You have to run after them. You have to chase them. You have to cater to them. You have to tend to their needs. And they are doing absolutely nothing for you. They are doing absolutely nothing for you. But then you are overwhelmed with love and gratitude to God for them. Yet you love them so much. Motherhood can be such a weird place to be, that this human being is annoying you right now. You feel like slapping the hell out of this child, but then you look at him again and you say, oh, you're so cute. You be like, oh, I love you, boo, 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 boo. I'm like, even my son, there are times he would like be really testing my patience. I'll be like, okay, don't do this, and he's going right ahead to do that thing which I said he shouldn't do, and I'm angry, and I'm like, if I meet you there, the way I will woos you, eh? And then let me say, few minutes later, he just smiles at me. Ha! The way my heart just melt on the floor, like just take me away. Love me, baby. So I've really come to understand, the concept of unconditional love, what it means to love somebody so much, to give, to lay down yourself for the person, to cater to the person, and this person does not even have the ability to do anything for you. So I think that is something that motherhood has really, really taught me. The fourth thing that motherhood has taught me is, you thought I was not going to say this one. Yeah, nah, so motherhood has taught me to depend 100% on God. Like, motherhood is such a serious task, and for a first timer especially, you're literally thrown into this responsibility of motherhood. And to be quite honest, it can be confusing at times. There are times where I really don't know what to do. I can remember even when I gave birth newly last year. There are times when my baby will be crying, and I'll be like, God, please, you really need to help me. Show me how I can comfort this baby, because I don't even know what is wrong with this baby, and I do not know where to start from in comforting this baby. And now, as the baby grows, you're now kind of wondering, okay, what kind of child is this? How do I, effectively train this child? How do I ensure that this child will not grow up and say he or she came from a toxic home? How do I give the best to this child? How do I make sure that all the gifts, the talent, the skills that God has deposited in this child, how do I play my role as a parent to ensure that those skills are put to use? How do I ensure that this child will not become a nuisance in the society? How do I make the best out of this child? So motherhood, I think I didn't really know how serious this role of parenting, of motherhood was, until I had a child. So I find myself a lot of times having to go back to God. Like, God, you need to help me with this. God, you need to help me with that. Okay? Especially in this our generation, where kids are becoming something else, right? Kids are becoming like, you will see a child that is outright stubborn and rebellious and arrogant, and then people will say, oh, the child knows what he or she wants, the child knows how to stand up for his or herself. No, ma'am, your child is just plain rude, plain stubborn. So in this world, we really need God's help in raising our children to become, what we expect of them to be that good, shining example, to be that light. I always pray for my son and say, you're going to bring your mother joy, and you're going to bring your father pride. It is not easy. It's such a huge task to raise a child, to parent a child, and to parent well. So I find myself always having to run back to God, like, God, dun. If heaven had a hotline, God, now me go don't die that number pass, honestly. Because especially even as my child now is a toddler, you know, nowadays, if you tell him don't do this, because of his curiosity, is that thing go that he wants to do. So I'm always praying to God, to help me to be more patient with him, to help me to know how to better communicate with him in a way that he would understand. I also pray that God will help him to be a gentle, obedient child, to be a good child. I mean, parenting, please, if you're a parent, I don't know, kindly leave a comment for me if you can understand and if you relate to what I'm saying. And if you are not yet a parent, this is the best time to start praying for your children, because the devil is going to and fro. He's going to and fro, and one day he's gonna jam you. And if he jam you not prepared, if it doesn't meet that hedge that cannot be broken, it will mess with you. If I don't pray, Satan will make a mess of me. Not me. Remember, We know they agree for Satan this year. We know they agree. So yeah, that is one thing that motherhood has taught me. That I have to 100% depend on God if I am to make it, if I'm to be successful in parenting, in motherhood. So, da-na-na-na. That's the end of today's video. I hope you had a good time watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, click the like button. Don't forget, click the like button. Don't forget to also subscribe to my channel. I promise you, you would love it here. This is a positive space where we have fun and we share value. I love you so much. Until next time, bye bye. Mwah!